Well, folks, as you can tell, we're at 13th Street BBQ today, which is actually located on 9th Avenue. We're going to be visiting with Slade Johnson, who's the owner of 13th Street BBQ, talking to him about this business and the origin of the business and how things are going now. Before we do, though, I think I hear someone saying, "Orders up."
Hello, I'm Brian Mallard, inviting you to join us for Block Party, Saturday nights at 10.
Welcome back to Order Up. Well, folks, we have as our guest today a gentleman that I have had the pleasure of knowing for just about all of his life, Slade Johnson, who is the chief cook and bottle washer here at 13th Street BBQ. Slade, let me tell you how much I appreciate you taking your time to be with us on program today. And as I told you when we spoke earlier, we want first in our program to talk with you a little bit about the history of this business. I know for a fact that 13th Street BBQ not only is well known locally, but also statewide, and probably down through the years because of the clientele that you've had here, has even become known nationwide. So first of all, let me say congratulations on having a great place to eat. Now, Slade, tell me just a little bit about how 13th Street BBQ got started. Talk about your mom and dad and the early days of the business, because I can remember those days, because I can still remember going in and get chip sandwiches from your dad. I'm not going to say how many years ago, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, actually it's been, next month will be 25 years we've been in business. August of 1988 we started out, so going on 25 years. Started out, Dad was working in the insurance business and, just always loved to cook. I was actually 18 years old, and they started the business. Him and Harris Copeland originally started out in '88, and I was at the store all the time. Daddy was still working in the insurance business, and so let's see, come 1991, Harris, again, he just went into back Daddy. He had the confidence in him, so he helped him out with it getting started. And Harris, came to me and offered for me to buy him out in 91. So ever since 91, it was me and Dad, 50-50 partners till Dad passed away in 06. And, since that time it's been me. And, back in the old days, years ago, Mama, she was always here. She would make the sauce. It was my great-grandmother's recipe, my dad's grandmother's recipe.
And that's a closely guarded secret, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We can't let it out.
Okay. All right. Well, of course, I make barbecue sauce, too, just for my own consumption and for my family. I have some secret ingredients in mine, too, and I'm sure you do yours.
Sure. Yeah, got to have secret ingredients. They're so secret I can't even talk about it.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, Slay, I remember when the business first got started, your dad opened where the bank sits now on 13th Street in a little white frame house or was it originally a store? I can't remember.
Well, the building had a lot of history. It had been everything from a donut shop to a thrift shop to a taxidermy shop. And, when we started out there, everybody said, oh, you'll never make it. Nothing's ever made in that building. And, fortunately we did and moved on from there. But,
yeah, I know that at your request I did some paintings of that. That happens to be one up on the wall behind us here now as we're talking. Right.
That's right. We've got a few paintings in here by a guy, I don't know if you know him, Baxley Oswalt.
Yeah, I am acquainted with him, believe it or not. Okay. Right. Now, tell me, Slay, now I know that you're famous for your pork chop sandwiches. I assume this was your daddy's idea to begin with, right?
That's right. He originally used to cook the whole loins at home, and, again, our house, there was people steadily coming to our house on Friday afternoons. So a lot of times on Saturday morning, they had several grills out back, and he would just be cooking for neighbors, friends, and everything. And everybody just come by the house, pick up. A steady line of cars, coming by our house, picking up barbecue on Fridays and Saturdays. So that's how we grew up. Weekends it was barbecue. We knew it. There wasn't no question. And a lot of it was pork loins, which we now use for the pork chop sandwich.
Right. Now, and let's not forget to update folks on your mom and how she's doing and where she is.
Oh, she's here in town. She'll travel some, stay with a cousin or my dad's sister down in Mississippi, or but she's still around. She's here at the store some days. She'll come and hang out with us here, and but yeah, she's still around doing fine.
Okay, now I know when we came in here earlier, you had an overflow crowd. I told Catherine Haas, who is with the Citizen and down here with us today, that I think today must have been National Barbecue Day or something.
I hope so. I hope it is every day.
Well, to be honest with you, I came in here and you had an overflow crowd. I drove by Mike and Ed's, and they had an overflow crowd. And while I was going to the cable office, I looked over to the right at Smoky Pig, and they had an overflow crowd. So judging from the folks that were eating barbecue today, I think we need to just declare July the 9th? July the 9th is National, 10th, that's right. July the 10th is National Barbecue Day.
That might be a good idea, and that's like you say, a lot of times when I leave here and ride by other places, if I'm busy, normally ride by and they're busy too. So it's like, I don't know, people gravitate to barbecue on certain days.
Right. Well, here it is now, about nearly 2:25 in the afternoon, and you still have a crowd of folks in the restaurant eating today. Is this unusual?
Not on Wednesdays. We close at 3 on Wednesdays, and so most people know that. So, a lot of times they'll make plans to get here, on Wednesdays before we do close.
Okay, now I'm not going to ask you to give away any trade secrets, but I want you to tell me what you think is the real key or the real secret to good barbecue.
Good quality meat. You start out with that, and then of course it's got to be cooked, slow to perfection. Right amount of heat. You don't want to overcook it too hot, but. That's the thing. Just start out with a good quality. Of course, is the base of it, and then just you're cook it slow, and make it tender. Okay.
Now, do you have a preference as far as the kind of wood that you cook over?
We typically always use an oak, and we do. When I can find hickory, I'll use some hickory, and every now and then throw some pecan in mixed with it.
Well, you mentioned pecan. I've got a small smoker at the house, and when I've almost smoked butts, I usually try to find me some pecan because I love that flavor.
Oh yeah, pecan. At home I use pecan for ribs and things like that. My butts and all, I like more of a hickory and oak mix, but pecan is really good with ribs to me.
Right. Now, I guess I probably don't have to ask you what's your number one seller on the menu, do I?
That's from day to day, actually. You never can tell. I mean, it's liable to be the pork chop sandwich one day, or the chicken one day, or Q-taters. I mean, the Q-taters have really taken off. We sell a ton of them, and they've done real well for us.
Okay, all right. Well, we just got a signal that we have approached the end of this segment of our program, so we're going to break away for just a couple of messages, and we'll be back with more Order Up and go in and visit in the kitchen, in the food prep area, with Slay in just a moment. We'll be back with more Order Up shortly.
Hello, my name is Stephen Gregg and I'm the pastor of Trinity United Methodist Church. I'd love for you to tune in to a daily broadcast called Pastor's Pulse Point. It's a devotional moment that lasts about 10 minutes, a great way to start your day in God's Word. It's on Channel 7 at 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. Tune in.
Enjoy this lake, the geese, the ducks, the seagulls. It's really refreshing and relaxing. You ought to come try it.
Hello, folks, and welcome back. Well, as you can tell, we moved into the kitchen area here at 13th Street BBQ, and there is a terrific aroma moving out of this barbecue pit that we see in behind us here. And again, our guest on program today is Slay Johnson, the owner of 13th Street BBQ on 9th Avenue. Right?
7th Avenue.
7th Avenue. 7th Avenue. Okay. There's a long story behind that, right?
Yeah.
Actually, 13th Street BBQ originated on 13th Street.
Correct.
But then when that building got torn down and the bank was built, you moved on 7th Avenue. So now it's 13th Street BBQ on 7th Avenue.
Right. We moved, we're directly behind the original building here on 7th Avenue.
Right.
And actually, we've got 4 locations now, Phenix City, Ladonia, Columbus, and Catala, but none of them on 7th Avenue.
Right.
I mean, or
13th Street, right? Yeah.
None of them on 13th Street.
All right. Now, Slay, I asked you when we were sitting at the table talking earlier what you felt like one of the secrets to cooking barbecue is, and you mentioned the fact that time is a big factor.
Right.
On the average, on let's say a butt, for instance, how long do you normally smoke a butt?
Roughly 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours most time.
Okay. Do you have any way of knowing what your temperature is as far as the pit is concerned?
No, we don't really cook.
You just go by feel?
Right, we don't really cook by temperature on the pit because, again, it is, the wind blowing can affect, temperature across the grill, whatever. So it's basically all about feel and look.
Right. Now, you fire this from underneath and from the outside, right?
Yeah, we feed it from the outside. So our fire is actually, pretty close to the ground out here.
Now, again, I don't want to disclose any deep, dark secrets, but give us an idea about the importance of basting while you're cooking a butt.
Oh, it's important, to keep it moist and, keep the flavor in it and all. You got to baste it.
And that's a secret ingredient that you base it with, right?
That's right.
Secret sauce, basting sauce, right?
Well, it's all a secret,
Okay, but I notice you also have some sausage up there on the grill. Now you're expanding your menu a little bit, right?
Yeah, we've expanded into the smoked sausage, the hamburgers, we do chicken. Anything we cook on the grill, everything's cooked on the grill. We don't have a stove or ovens or anything here. It's all right here, and our warmers, for our side orders.
Right. Now, I was going to ask you earlier. Some folks don't know what a Q-tater is. Catherine, who's standing behind us here and behind Rusty and taking notes on this, I bet you've never heard of a Q-tater, have you?
No.
Okay, tell us what a Q-tater is.
We start out with a real big baked potato. We cut it open, cut it all open good. Cover it in cheese and barbecue. You can get barbecue, ham, or turkey, whatever on it, or sausage. It's got real popular on it too. But it's just a big baked potato with cheese and barbecue, sour cream, and sauce all over it. It's really good.
Thus the name Q-tater, because it has barbecue on top of it. I've noticed some other restaurants are featuring potatoes with toppings like that in the area.
Right.
Did they steal your idea?
I don't know. I don't know if they stole it, but I don't. To the best of my knowledge, I don't remember ever seeing it anywhere. But,
Exactly.
We've been doing it probably roughly 15 years, I guess.
Right. I remember when you first started doing it. Now you have other menu items too, other than barbecue, right? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, of course, we carry the Boston butt, St. Louis style ribs. We do them all the time. We've added the chicken, the sausage, the hamburgers. We do cook the burgers to order right on the pit, so they're fresh. We don't cook them ahead of time or anything on the burgers. But we do smoked ham, smoked turkey, and then catering. I can do anything on catering. We do steaks, fish, whatever on catering. We just don't do it over the counter or not.
Right. And catering has become a big part of your business, right?
We do quite a bit of catering.
Quite a bit of catering. Now, I know the last couple of years at the old courthouse fair down at Seal, you had that concession down there.
Right, yeah, we've got our big pork.
I know the year before last you ran out of barbecue.
That's right.
We don't want that to happen again, do we?
That's a good thing and a bad thing.
That's right. Okay. Any other featured items now? Now I know you have some salads too that are available,
Right. We always have the salads. We can get ham, turkey, or barbecue on them also. Chef salad, that's something lighter.
Or if they don't want a full salad, they can just get a regular salad with some dressing on it or whatever. You offering that
do
now?
a dressing without any meat or whatever.
Yeah.
They just want that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, again, tell me a little bit more about how complicated it is and what time you guys get started sometimes in barbecuing. Let's take this for instance. When did we start this?
This was started around 6:30 this morning.
6:30 this morning.
Right. And we kind of stage it so of course we don't want it all done at one time. So start out to thaw out and or just stay up top and bring it down and get it ready as needed.
Right. Now I'm looking at these are some loins down here, right?
Oh, they're Boston butts.
That's butts. Okay. Do you have any loin on there? I was going to show folks.
Loin up top.
I was going to show folks what the loin looks like before it's sliced.
Wow.
This is what you make your world famous pork chop sandwich with, right?
That's right. We're about sold out of it today.
Okay. All right.
But
You just hang up a sign when you sell out, right?
That's right.
No more pork chop sandwiches today. All right. Now I know you have a variety of sauces too, Slade. Tell us about your sauces.
We have hot sauce, typical hot sauce, mild sauce, and we've added hickory sauce. This is kind of a sweeter sauce.
But you're making it
Extra
here,
hot.
right?
Oh, and our extra hot sauce.
And your
also.
extra hot sauce.
Right.
And you're making all your sauces with your grandma's recipe?
Right, they're our recipes. We actually, have them bottled now because the volume that we go to 4 stores. But
Right.
we have bottled, but it is our recipes.
Oh, okay. And you also have those available here and in some retail outlets around town too, don't you?
Actually, haven't started the retail
Haven't?
outlet. I'm working on that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we have.
Well, maybe I gave you a good
ship-
idea, or you
right.
already had the idea, right?
Yeah, I actually have been working on it. But we ship sauce all over the place. I shipped some to Louisiana the other day. I shipped some to Kentucky last week, but everywhere we ship it all the time.
Okay, all right. Now tell us a little bit about the catering business. How do folks get in touch with you if they're interested in having you do some catering for them? Give us some phone numbers and so forth.
They can come in the store and see us, or they can call the store anytime at 334-291-1833. My cell phone number is 706-577-2804. You can call anytime, and we'll take care of the inside party.
Okay, we'll be right back with more Order Up after these messages.
Hello, my name is Stephen Gregg and I'm the pastor of Trinity United Methodist Church. I'd love for you to tune in to a daily broadcast called Pastor's Pulse Point. It's a devotional moment that lasts about 10 minutes, a great way to start your day in God's Word. It's on Channel 7 at 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. Tune in.
Hello, I'm Brian Mallard, inviting you to join us for Block Party, Saturday nights at 10.
Slade, tell us just a little bit more now about how folks can get in touch with you to make arrangements to either have you cater a party or what have you. Your address, your phone number, any website you might have, and this kind of thing. But just tell us everything that we need to know about 13th Street BBQ.
We're located at 1310 7th Avenue, downtown Phenix City, or 1 block from the Piggly Wiggly, right behind Wells Fargo Bank. Again, our phone number is 334-291-1833. Lots of people find us traveling on TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor.com. Well, we're the first one listed in Phenix City on that. Alabama Department of Tourism, you can find us through their website and their brochures they put out all over the state. But we're the only dish listed in Phenix City, and this, of course, for the pork chop sandwich. But you can find us in them, and you find them at all the rest areas and lots of places around Alabama.
And folks, if you would like to have one of these fluorescent orange T-shirts, these are available for sale also at 13th Street BBQ. And we wanted to mention the fact, Slade mentioned the Alabama Department of Tourism, and we wanted to mention the fact that the pork chop sandwich is one of the 100 dishes listed in this brochure as something you should have to eat before you leave the state of Alabama, right?
Right. That's correct. 100 dishes to eat before you die in Alabama. It's been there the past couple of years, actually.
Okay, that's great. Okay, anything else now you want folks to know?
Just give us a call anytime if you need any catering or just lunch or whatever. We're here.
Thanks for joining us for Order Up. We hope you've enjoyed this program as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Just need to remind you that this is brought to you by Cable Television of East Alabama, your hometown connection for cable television, high-speed internet, and telephone. See you for our next program.